Hello, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to answer one of the Java interview questions. That is, explain about abstract keyword in Java. Let me answer. First of all, abstract keyword is nothing but a non-access modifier in Java. In Java, we have several modifiers. And these modifiers can be classified into two types. One is access modifier, other one is non-access modifier. These are the two modifiers categories we have in Java. Under access modifiers, we have this public, private, okay, default, and protected. These are the four access modifiers that come under the access modifiers category. And coming to the non-access modifiers category, we have static, final, and abstract. So as you can clearly see that abstract is one of the modifiers in Java. In special, abstract will fall into the non-access modifiers category. Hence, I mentioned here as abstract is a non-access modifier in Java. Okay, that's it. So next about abstract keyword. Okay, I have to explain a lot about this abstract keyword, guys. Okay, so the next thing is abstract can be used before methods and classes. Okay, and you cannot use the abstract modifier or keyword before variable. It can only be used before methods and classes. I'm going to practically show you all these things one by one. So I'm saying here that you can specify this abstract keyword or modifier before methods or classes, but not before variables. Okay, let me prove you that. For that, I'll switch to this Eclipse IDE. Here, I'm going to create a class. I'll just name this class as class sample. Okay, just giving some name. Click on finish. The class will be created in a while. So it's loading. Just wait, guys. Okay, the class has been created. Now inside this class, I'll create some methods. Public void sample1 method. Okay. And I'll just write some print statement saying inside sample1. Okay. Then create one more method, public void sample2 method. And here also I'll mention system.out.println inside sample. So create one more method. I think this will be the last method for this example. Sample3. I'll just write down system.out.println inside sample3. And here I'll create some variables. Int a is equal to some 10. Okay, that's it. You can also create multiple variables. Int b is equal to 20. That's fine. Okay, you can create any number of variables and any number of methods inside this class. Now, I mentioned here that abstract modifier or keyword can be specified or mentioned before methods and classes. So, what happens when I mention, okay, what happens when I mention abstract modifier before a method, okay? Method specified with abstract modifier cannot be implemented or cannot have the method body. Here, all these methods I created, three methods, sample1, sample2, sample3 are implemented here. You see, they have the method body. Whatever I'm selecting is the method body. I'll choose one of the method. Out of these multiple methods I have in this class, let's say I'll choose the second method here, sample2, and I'll just add a keyword or abstract modifier. Okay, modifier or keyword known as abstract here. The moment I add that, you're going to get an error here. For this particular method, we are getting an error. The reason behind the error is abstract methods cannot contain the method body, or we cannot implement the abstract methods. Abstract methods only have to be defined, but they cannot have the body or implementation. I have to remove this selected part. I cleared it out and put a semicolon here. Okay, abstract methods only to be declared, but they should not contain method body. They cannot be implemented. They have to be only defined like this. Whatever I showed you, right? Like this, the methods have to be defined. Other methods are not abstract methods. So they have the implementation and all those stuff, but the method which is specified with abstract modifier should not be implemented. It cannot contain the method body. Okay, only it need to be declared. Okay, defined otherwise. Fine, that's good. So next thing is that the class Okay, the next point here is class containing or the classes containing at least one. If there is at least one abstract method, okay, at least one also abstract method is there inside a class, it's compulsory that this particular class, okay, this particular class also need to be specified as abstract. Okay, first thing is that when you mention abstract here before a method, you're going to get a compiler error for this method saying abstract methods do not specify method body. The further I have to remove the method body. Okay, now in this class I have two abstract methods. Even one is also there. No problem. At least one abstract method. I'll just only make it one just to prove you that. Okay. Here only one abstract, like I'll remove the abstract keyword here. Only one abstract method is there. Okay. Remaining all are non-abstract methods. They have the implementation. Classes containing. Okay. If you provide abstract, methods cannot contain the body, you got the error. But still after providing after removing the method implementation also, still the error is coming at this level. The reason here is the classes containing at least one abstract method should be of abstract type. You can hover the mouse on the sample2 and you can see that abstract method sample2 in type class sample can only be defined by an abstract class. That means only abstract classes can contain the abstract methods. At least one abstract method is there. For that, before the class also, you have to mention the abstract keyword or modifier. Then the error is gone. Okay. Two things. Abstract methods cannot contain a method body. Second thing is class containing at least one abstract method should be of abstract type only or should be specified with abstract modifier. Okay. So now it's very clear that abstract modifier or keyword can be specified before a method and before a class also. Okay. In what circumstances you got the idea. Along with that, there's one more thing. Can we specify the abstract modifier before a variable? No. If you try to do so, you're going to get a compiler error. Illegal modifier compiler error will come. So abstract modifier cannot be specified before a variable. And if you try to do so, you'll get a compiler error. Okay. Saying that illegal modifier. You can only specify the abstract modifier before methods and classes, but not before a variable. Okay. That's what is the point. Then for that particular abstract class containing at least one abstract method or whatever it is, you cannot create an object, guys. For abstract classes, we cannot create an object. Okay. For abstract classes, we cannot create an object. For that, I'll create another class and just name this as demo class. With main method, I'll create. And inside this method, just remove this stuff, minimize this so that you can see both the classes side by side. So can I create an object directly for this abstract class? A class which is specified with the abstract modifier. Can I create an object? New class sample. When I try to create an object for this abstract class, I'm going to get a compiler error saying that you see the new keyword in Java can be used for creating an object for any class. But when I try to create an object for the class, here I'm getting a compiler error saying cannot instantiate the type. You cannot create object for abstract classes. Okay. Though you give the full, object reference and, declare that with the abstract class and all, nothing will happen, guys. The same error will continue here saying that you cannot create an object for this abstract class. For abstract classes, we cannot create objects. Okay. So I have commented it out because the error cannot be resolved, guys. There is no other way. There's no way to create an object for the abstract classes. Java will not allow you to create objects for the abstract classes. Okay. So child classes. Okay. Child classes implementing abstract methods. Okay. Who will implement then, you see? I cannot create an object for the direct abstract class. And now, if I have to access this members of this abstract class, what I have to do is I have to create a child class for this abstract class and implement the unimplemented methods of the abstract class. And then for that particular child class, I can create an object. Okay. Directly, I cannot create an object for the abstract class to access the members of the abstract class. In order to access the members of the abstract class, first I have to create a child class for this abstract class. And in that child class, I have to implement this abstract methods or unimplemented methods, okay, from this abstract class. And further child class, we have to create an object and access the members of the abstract class, okay, from the child class, okay. So I'm going to create an child class here for this abstract class sample C, some name I am giving, that's it. And here I'll just drag it here so that you can see this child. I'm going to make this sample C a child class of this class sample. Okay. Extends. Extends is the keyword we have to use. Okay, for making sample C class a child class of this abstract class or any other class. Okay. So once I make this particular class, that is sample C, some example class, a child class of the class sample, which is an abstract class, we'll get an error here saying that you have to implement the unimplemented methods from the parent abstract class. Okay. So here, if you hover the mouse on this, you'll get the type sample C must implement the inherited abstract method from the parent class. That is sample2 method, which is not implemented in the parent abstract class, need to be implemented in this child class. It is saying. So let's implement public void sample2. Like this, I have to implement. Okay. Now system.out.println, I have to say inside sample. Okay, inside sample. So just for the sake, I'm just giving it. Okay, now save this. Done. Good. Looks good. So now a child class has been created for this abstract class, and unimplemented methods are mandatorily to be implemented in this child class. If this child class also doesn't want to implement this unimplemented of the parent abstract class, again, I have to make the child class also abstract. Okay. If this method is not implemented, unimplemented method of the parent abstract class is not implemented in its child class, then I have to also add abstract keyword here. Okay. This child class also have to become abstract. Otherwise, error will keep coming for this class. Either we have to implement the unimplemented method of the abstract class, parent abstract class, or I have to make this class itself abstract. And again, I have to create one more child class for this abstract class in order to implement that method. The inheritance keeps going on until you implement this unimplemented methods from the parent abstract classes. Okay, fine. Anyhow, here in this case, I've implemented this. If I don't implement, error will come, and either I have to implement that this method, abstract method from the parent abstract class, or I have to add the abstract keyword to overcome that error. If I don't want to add the abstract keyword, I'll implement the method. Okay, that's what I need to say. Again, if you mention abstract here, for this abstract class, again, one more child class you have to create, and like that. Because for abstract class, again, you cannot create object to access the members of the parent abstract class. So somewhere down the lane in this inheritance chain, like from parent, child, grandchild, like that, somewhere you have to implement this unimplemented method of the abstract class, then the journey will stop. Now, in order to access these members of this abstract class, we cannot directly create an object for the abstract class. So we'll create a child class and make the child class implement the unimplemented methods of the unimplemented abstract methods of the parent abstract class. And here, then after that, to access these members, I'll create an object for the child class of the abstract class. That is sample C, like this. Yes, C. And sample C. Like this, I can create an object for the child class of the abstract class. And using that, I can access all the stuff. You see system.out.println. I can simply say system.out.println sc.a. I can access the variables of this abstract class, which are inherited by the child class using the object reference of the child class. System.out.println sc.b. I can access. sc. I can call the method sample1, sc. sample2, sc. sample3. Also, I can call. You see, all the members of the abstract class I'm able to access by creating an object for the child class of the abstract class, where unimplemented methods or abstract methods of the abstract class are implemented in the child class. Okay, for the child class, we can create an object and access still. Okay, so fine. Child classes implement abstract methods of the abstract class, and object cannot be directly created for the abstract classes. So we have to create a child class which implements that parent abstract class, and for that child class, we have to create an object and access the members of the abstract class. That's what happens. The next thing here is abstract classes are all about partial implementation. Okay, why do we say that abstract classes are all about partial implementation? Because abstract classes can contain both methods with implementation, methods without implementation. Okay, so partially they are implemented. Abstract classes are used in Java in real time when there is a need for partial implementation. If you want to implement some methods, you don't want to implement some methods. Okay, if you want to implement something in a partial way, okay, then we go for the abstract classes. Okay? So you see here in this abstract class, this method is implemented, this method is implemented, but this method is not implemented. Abstract classes can contain both abstract methods and non-abstract methods. Both can be contained inside the abstract class because abstract classes are all about partial implementation. Okay, fine. So I think I covered a lot so far. I think this much is enough for explaining about abstract keyword in Java or abstract non-access modifier in Java. Okay. If someone asks you, explain about abstract modifier or keyword in Java, you can explain all these points, guys. Okay. So starting with abstract is a non-access modifier in Java, can be used before methods and classes, cannot be used before variables. If you specify abstract modifier or keyword before a method, we cannot implement that methods or methods cannot contain the method body. They have to be just defined, okay? And a class containing at least one abstract method should also be mentioned or specified as abstract class, okay? And we cannot directly create an object for the abstract classes. In order to access the members of the abstract class, we have to create a child class for that abstract class, implement the unimplemented abstract methods of that abstract class, and then for the child class, we'll create an object, and using the object reference, we'll access the members of the abstract class, okay? And abstract classes are all about partial implementation. That means few things can be implemented, few methods can be abstract type and they cannot be implemented. They only will be defined and they can be implemented in their child classes of the abstract classes. So this is all about the abstract classes, abstract keyword in Java that have practically demonstrated in this session. Okay. So hope you got the answer for this question. So that's all for this session. Thank you. Bye-bye.